is it, ma'am, forgivable because my father is currently sick and we cleaned that after?
You see that photo?
I am very sick, man.
That is shameful. If I could give you jail time on this, I would.
There was no relevance to today's case because you don't have jurisdiction.
I don't drive that fast, Judge. I'm 96 years old and I drive slowly and I only drive when I have to. I was going to the blood work for my boy. He's handicapped.
You were taking your son to the doctor's office?
I take him for blood work every 2 weeks because he's got cancer.
Courtroom 360 Insights. You thought it's only the young and fit going to court? Think again. Here we got some sweet and sour oldies holding it down in court. Starting with this wannabe Matlock, Howard Padden. Word on the street is Howard, an 81-year-old man, and the mother of the foster child had this wild scheme to convince the foster parents to return the child. This fool rolled up, acting all official, claiming to be the family lawyer. Served the foster parents some papers claiming if the child isn't returned, they may be executed by firing squad. What the hell? I can't believe he did this all with the straight face, suit, and tie. He was decked out. This little act didn't go far though. The foster parents called the real authorities. Next thing you know, Howard's sitting in a courtroom facing a judge and introduces himself as Sovereign American National. But the judge wasn't coming to court to play any games.
Is this the Howard Padden trust you're talking about? I'm appearing as a living man.
Sir, I don't want to hear any of your constitutionalist crap. I mean, just save it for somebody else who's stupid and believes in that. You're here on charges of second-degree kidnapping. I found probable cause for that offense.
It's unclear that Mr. Padden was actually the one who took the youth away from the home physically, and I'm looking at these and we don't have firing squads. This is not something that is going to happen, and there were no direct threats made other than what was in this paperwork.
Obviously, anybody who's familiar with the court system and all can tell all this paperwork he gave to these people is total nonsense. However, if you're not familiar with court paperwork, and I realize this was a Russian family, they may not know much about the United States, and somebody who claims to be a lawyer handing them what they're claiming is legal documents, threatening them with being deported and property confiscation and all kinds of other malarkey may take it seriously. I will set the $150,000 bond. That's all for today.
Not too long after Padden is back in court and he ain't giving in.
I will not enter a plea that will give you jurisdiction. I will not step down to your jurisdiction.
This judge was nice enough to try and help Padden out.
Is going to enter a plea of not guilty.
You don't have the power, sir. For the record, you do not have the authority to dictate or conduct law from the bench.
Padden, the grumpy old man, sits in jail awaiting his trial. And while you waiting, Padden, we gonna keep it pushing. Burhan Chowdhury, a 72-year-old man with cancer, was in court for his lawn being out of control. His son, who usually maintains the yard, was out of the country. Listen to Chowdhury explain to the judge his situation.
All right, you have a ticket for failing to keep the fence, walkway, sidewalk, or alley free of weeds, trees, or other nuisance vegetation. It's a first offense civil infraction. You can plead responsible with an explanation, or not responsible.
I am a cancer patient, very old man, and I am a cancer patient. I was then very weak, and very weak, and this time of rainy season, I cannot look after this thing.
Okay, that is so sad, right? Even though the video ain't super clear, it is damn clear that he's old and he don't sound like he is in the best of health. So a normal human being with a heart would cut him some slack. Oh, but not Judge Hamtramck. She seems like a wicked witch holding a gavel. Here's her response.
You should be ashamed of yourself. If I could give you jail time The fine is $100, pay it by February 1st. You've got to get that cleaned up. That is totally inappropriate.
Oh my God.
What a witch! Chowdhury and his son are both freaking shocked.
Is it, ma'am, forgivable because my father is currently sick and we cleaned that after?
See that photo?
I am very sick, man.
That is shameful. If I could give you jail time on this, I would.
Why the hell does Heifer keep talking about jail time? Judge Hamtramck's heartless sentence went viral. The people spoke and signed a petition.
An online petition to remove 31st District Court Judge Alexis Crott has collected more than 200,000 signatures.
Judge Hamtramck changed her tune real quick and wrote this statement. I made a mistake. I acted intemperately. You think? I'm very embarrassed, as you should be, that I did so. I apologize to the person before me and to our entire community for having failed, you failed big time, to meet the high standards that we expect of our judicial officers and that I expect of myself. Judge Hamtramck owned up to the heartless behavior. Let's see if Deloris Sheinis does too. Sheinis, an 80-year-old comedian, stepped into court. It turned into a little comedy show. But why was she in court? Word on the street is she violated a restraining order her ex-husband had against her.
Ma'am, I'm going to find probable cause. I'm releasing you ROR to pretrial release. You're going to have a GPS ankle monitor on. That's going to ensure that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the protected party, Burhan Chowdhury. You are not allowed to call him, text him, email him. You are to stay 500 feet from him at all times. That's where he lives, where he works, anywhere in between. Ma'am, you're getting a second chance on this case. I don't particularly feel like keeping an 80-year-old woman in the jail who has no criminal record. But this is your second warning. Don't go around him again. All right?
Say something, Nana?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Mr. Sheinis, Abraham Arthur Sheinis, and I have been legally divorced for 31 years, and I have the papers to prove it.
Got it.
We both resided at 2102 Lucaya Bend, and he paid for the apartment entirely. His assumption is because he paid for the apartment, he's entitled to do as he pleases.
Do you have an attorney, ma'am? Do you have an attorney?
Only pro bono from the case of earlier, last week. Very confusing.
Ma'am, can I tell you? I can't get in the middle of who owns the apartment.
I know. That's not the point.
My
The point
is,
I'm telling you.
I need to keep you away from it. All right?
I haven't bothered him for 31 years. Why would I bother him now?
That's the $63,000 question, ma'am.
Used to be 64.
Okay. Well, that was before my time. Look, ma'am, just don't have anything to do with him. Stay away from him.
I swear to God and all that's Tony on a stack of Bibles, I will never go near him, talk to him, call him, or
What was
even
the
look
first
at him.
thing you were going to swear on besides the Bibles? All that's holy. What?
I don't remember.
Oh.
What?
All that's holy.
What?
All that's holy. Yeah.
Oh, all that's holy. Yes, sir. I didn't recognize your twang.
Ma'am, have you ever thought of doing a stand-up routine? Have you ever thought about that?
I did. If you pay me good money, sweetheart, I'll be there. I'm really short of funds.
Ma'am, I got to tell you something. You seem like you have a great wit about you.
I do, sir.
Yeah, so...
I mean, sweetheart, that's the only thing I have.
I've been called sweetheart in this courtroom since, I guess, Mr. Miller took over. But,
Really?
Just kidding.
Does that mean you're taking me for breakfast?
Let me ask you something, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
How have I done as a judge today? So far, how am I doing?
Not bad, but you could do better.
Can we get a drum roll with this?
Did you take pictures and audio? You
Yeah.
could save yourself a lot of time.
You got it saved here, ma'am. And make sure, aren't you supposed to say, and make sure you're going to tip all the bartenders and waitresses. You'll be here all week.
No, I don't tip anybody. I make them banana bread and chocolate pudding pie.
There you go. Well, he probably...
I make a mean chili.
There you go, ma'am. I got to tell you, you brighten my day, ma'am. All right?
That's what the last guy said, and then he sued me.
What a breath of fresh air. After all the negative drama that usually goes down in the courtroom, it's nice to see a room of laughter.
Just a really funny, sincere, kind of not holding anything back kind of lady, and she really charmed the whole courtroom. She really had us all in stitches.
Sadly, oh damn, there was more to the story of Deloris Sheinis. Sheinis' daughter came to court and shut the laughter down real quick.
She's very entertaining one moment, and the next moment she's threatening to, my mother has mental disability and she needs a hospital, not a jail, and she needs to be put into a hospital, and I've been trying to do that for 6 months to no avail in the state of Florida.
It's not going to be any harm to you, but they're going to take a look at you and come to a determination, probably today or tomorrow. And then I would say today.
After evaluation, Sheinis will be in court and they will decide from there where to place her. Sheinis brought laughter to the courtroom, but I can't say the same about Dick Marple, the 85-year-old lawmaker who thought he was above the law. Apparently, he figured all his years making laws meant he didn't have to follow them. But spoiler alert, he was dead wrong. Here's how it went down. Marple got pulled over for driving without a valid license, and instead of taking the L like a regular citizen, he decided to go full "do you know who I am" mode. Should be an easy case, right? Well, Marple decided he wasn't gonna make it easy.
Madam Magistrate.
Yes.
I am here under threat, duress, and coercion. I'm not here because of an order. Because you as a magistrate cannot make an order. You can only administer ministerial duties. You have no jurisdiction to judge your own jurisdiction.
Damn, he coming in to tear this judge down.
You will have an absolute right to appeal my decision.
You have no decision because you don't have any jurisdiction. You come out with what's called an order. You can't make an order because you're not a judge.
Well, Mr. Marple,
you're acting in an administrative capacity.
I continue to disagree with you.
There's no question of agreeing with the question of the law. You either obey the law or you are in violation of your oath of office.
May God grant her patience.
I have two requests. One is that when I wish to speak, that you give me that courtesy. And when you wish to speak, I will do the same. As long as we continue to be discussing what is relevant to today's case.
There's no relevance to today's case because you don't have jurisdiction.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This guy really ain't trying to hear nothing from this judge. He then goes on babbling about vehicles not having to be registered. Hell, he even claims you ain't gotta have a driver's license.
Obviously, 382A 9-109 defines the automobile as consumer goods. Consumer goods do not have to be registered. Consumer goods do not have to have a, quote, license, unquote, in order to travel. It is a photo ID that I purchased. I want my property back.
Right, well, that is...
I asked for it 4 times. You refused to give it to me.
Well,
that's conversion.
Right.
That is conversion. Criminal conversion. It's going to be stopped with. Are you going to recuse yourself? I asked you that.
I am not going to recuse
You're not going to recuse yourself.
I do not believe there is any valid reason for me to recuse myself. I believe that I have been fair and impartial. I can continue to be fair and impartial. We are scheduled for a trial today, and I want to let you know that the trial is going to occur today. I would urge you to participate in the trial.
I'm not participating in something that cannot exist. It is a total fraud.
This dude lost his mind.
The principle is the people that I represent are being ripped off. That's what it's all about. And if you're going to continue with this, you will be paying the penalty, I assure you.
Marple doesn't quit, but the judge did. Marple received a judgment of guilt and fined $310, and I'm sure he will take that to court. Marple brought a stank aroma to the courtroom, but Victor Colella brought the complete opposite. Now this case really gonna tug at your heartstrings. Good thing with this case, the judge wasn't a wicked witch. Colella, the 96-year-old, turned a regular courtroom into a viral sensation. This man showed up to court and had the internet talking for days. Victor was there for a minor traffic violation, nothing serious, but it's the way he handled himself that had everyone on high. A good high, no drug high, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. More like the dopamine, you know what I'm saying? The judge asked him why he was driving a little too fast, and Victor, straight-faced but sincere, explained he was taking care of his 63-year-old son.
I don't drive that fast, Judge. I'm 96 years old and I drive slowly, and I only drive when I have to. I was going to the blood work for my boy. He's handicapped.
You were taking your son to the doctor's office?
I take him for blood work every 2 weeks because he's got cancer.
Wow, that's deep. They even got soft music playing in the background. A father's love. Colella wasn't aware that this court hearing went viral. Colella wasn't going down like any other punk either.
$75, I said, $75 to pay? I'm not gonna pay that. I said, I'm gonna go to court, object to it.
The judge heard this father's cries.
I wish you all the best. I wish the best for your son, and I wish you good health, and your case is dismissed. Good luck to you and God bless you.
Thank you.
He's a good judge, an honest judge, very honest.
Even with Colella in his 90s, he will always care for his children.
They took care of me. Yeah, they took care of me. No, we're a close family. One of them washes the other.
Man, that's deep. We ending this video on a good note, I promise. May God have mercy on Colella, Chowdhury, and Sheinis' souls. The others, we don't. Courtroom 360 Insights.